Welcome to Locked and Loaded Sports. It's time to lock in, load up, and win big. If you're serious about sports and love cashing in on solid picks, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work. Every week, we will be focusing on under-the-radar DFS options who offer strong production for their price. From smart roster construction tips to our final pick, which will be an ultimate boom or bust tournament play. This breakdown should get you ready to build winning lineups. It's week 12, and per usual, we are focusing on value, starting with the quarterback position. And we are here to highlight why Jared Goff is in for a bounce-back performance in week 12. His $6,000 price tag coming off a bad outing makes him a premier value play. Especially considering the extremely favorable game environment, Jared Goff is notoriously a different quarterback when playing at home in the climate-controlled environment of Ford Field. Historically, Goff operates much better at home as his career and recent splits show a significantly higher passer rating, touchdown rate, and completion percentage when playing indoors in Detroit compared to on the road. Last week's miserable outing against the Eagles, where he completed a career low percentage, was heavily influenced by an unrelenting pass rush and elite coverage. But against the New York Giants, Goff will be back in the controlled environment of his dome, where his passing efficiency is consistently among the league's best. The opponent matchup is arguably the most critical factor, and it sets up perfectly for Goff and the entire Detroit defense. The New York Giants rank near the bottom of the league, 29th in total defense, allowing over 375 yards per game. More importantly, they are particularly vulnerable against the run, ranking 30th, while their pass defense is still allowing a high volume of yardage, ranking 22nd. The Giants are one of the most generous defenses to fantasy quarterbacks, ranking among the bottom 8 in fantasy points allowed per game to the position. And this weakness increases the total scoring expectation for the Lions, a team that is already a massive 10.5-point favorite at home, which directly translates to higher touchdown equity for Goff. Goff's $6,000 salary is a chance-stick price point for a quarterback who has often delivered top 10 fantasy production. His poor Week 11 score will naturally suppress his ownership percentage, making him a perfect contrarian play for tournaments while maintaining a very high floor for cash games. The fact that experts universally rank Goff as a top 7 quarterback this week, despite his recent struggles, highlights the overwhelming confidence in this specific matchup and environment. We are ignoring the ugly numbers from these past few weeks. We believe the move back to the Dome and a dream matchup against one of the league's worst overall defenses creates a perfect storm for a high-volume performance. Expect Goff to provide great value, easily capable of delivering 18 to 20-plus fantasy points this week, which would surpass his salary to ROI ratio. We are getting locked and loaded with Jared Goff. If you appreciate this analysis, please hit that like button. We appreciate you. Moving on to the running back position. And we think Alvin Kamara presents a solid opportunity for DFS owners in Week 12, especially considering his DraftKings price of $5,500. Coming off a much-needed bye week and facing an extremely favorable divisional opponent, the time is right for Kamara to deliver a solid fantasy day. The New Orleans Saints are coming out of their Week 11 bye week fully rested and prepared to take on their fierce rivals, the Atlanta Falcons. The week off provided the Saints coaching staff, led by Kellen Moore, a critical chance to self-scout and address 2 glaring issues with their offense: red zone efficiency and explosive run plays. A focused effort to fix these issues in practice should directly translate into a more productive day for Kamara, the centerpiece of their ground game. The key factor making Kamara an elite value play this week is the abysmal defense he is set to face. The Atlanta Falcons' rush defense is currently ranked 28th in the National Football League, allowing a whopping 138. This poor performance is a significant drop-off for a unit that was previously much better, indicating a severe weakness the Saints are uniquely positioned to exploit. Kamara continues to see a substantial workload, with 22 carries in his last outing, and the Saints will undoubtedly lean on him against this soft run defense to control the clock and keep their own quarterback, Tyler Show, out of harm's way. While Kamara has not scored a rushing touchdown since Week 1, his consistent volume of touches makes him a very safe bet at his price point. His last game saw him top 100 yards from scrimmage, with 83 rushing yards and 33 receiving yards, demonstrating that the usage is there for a ceiling game. The DraftKings salary of $5,500 is a significant discount for a running back who is likely to see 20-plus touches against one of the worst run defenses in the league. We are getting locked and loaded with Alvin Kamara. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Thank you. And now we switch gears to the wide receiver position. Stephon Diggs is absolutely primed for a smash spot in Week 12 against the Cincinnati Bengals, making his $6,500 DraftKings price tag seem like a bargain. While the Bengals' defense is spiraling, the New England Patriots' offense is surging, led by sophomore quarterback Drake May, who is having an MVP-caliber season. Diggs has been a crucial piece of this success since joining the team, leading the Patriots in receptions and receiving yards and maintaining an impressive 24% target share. In their recent Week 11 win, Diggs saw a massive workload, leading to 9 catches on 11 targets for 105 yards, marking his third 100-yard game of the year. This usage demonstrates that he remains the alpha wide receiver in a red-hot offense, which has won 8 straight games and is scoring well over 20 points per contest. At $6,500 on DraftKings, Diggs is priced down due to a slight historical variance in his game logs, but his current usage and the opponent matchup give him one of the highest floors and ceilings on the slate. His fantasy production is directly tied to the passing volume, and given the Bengals rank 31st against the pass, the Patriots will be incentivized to throw early and often. Diggs' ability to produce yardage underneath and generate big plays, as seen with his back-to-back 20-plus yard gains last week, makes him a threat to score and hit bonus milestones against his poor secondary. He is universally ranked by experts as a clear wide receiver too, but the upside potential in this fantasy-friendly environment makes him a legitimate threat to finish as a top 5 wide receiver in Week 12. We are getting locked and loaded with Stefon Diggs. If you need DFS advice, drop a comment. We are here for you. Our tight end recommendation of the week is the kind of deep dive value prediction that wins tournaments, and Gunnar Helm, priced at a minimum $2,700 on DraftKings, is the ultimate salary saver who can unlock the highest price studs in your lineup. The most critical news for the entire Titans passing attack is the loss of wide receiver Calvin Ridley to a season-ending leg injury. This sudden scarcity of established pass catchers forces the Titans offense to lean heavily on the tight end position to keep the chains moving. While the Titans' other tight end, Chig Okonkwo, had the more fantasy-friendly big play last week, Helm's underlying usage metrics are far more compelling for sustained production. Helm's 4 receptions in Week 11 were just 1 behind the team lead, and his 5 targets were second only to wide receiver Van Jefferson. More importantly, Helm played 38 of 59 offensive snaps. This high usage rate coming out of the bye week, coupled with his reliable 4 catches, is exactly the kind of target floor you need from a minimum price player. The initial assessment that the Seattle Seahawks are a poor matchup is incorrect, and the fantasy points allowed data actually supports this play. The Seattle Seahawks rank as the 5th most generous defense to opposing tight ends in terms of fantasy points allowed per game, surrendering over 16.5 DraftKings points per contest to the position. They have allowed touchdowns to opposing tight ends in several games this season, and they have struggled against offenses that utilize multiple tight ends. This favorable defensive statistic, combined with the extreme target funnel created by the Titans' wide receiver injuries, gives Helm a surprising upside despite the team's struggles. You can go for big names like Mixie Bride, Kelsey, or Warren, but the seasonal data suggests the winning strategy is to exploit a clear target reallocation and an extreme price discount. For only $2,700, Helm offers a safe 4 to 5 target floor and a high likelihood of receiving a red zone or 2, as he will be one of the Titans' few viable targets near the goal line. Helm is the ultimate salary saver, providing the necessary cap relief to roster 2 high-priced elite players, which could make him a crucial piece for your winning DraftKings lineup this week. We are getting locked and loaded with Gunnar Helm. Check out our Instagram page. There is a link in the description. Thank you. As we mentioned in the beginning of our video, we are going to focus our last recommendation on a super value play that could boom or bust, but will ultimately give you major flexibility when it comes to roster construction on DraftKings. With this in mind, we think running back Emmanuel Wilson is the ultimate high-risk, high-reward play in the DraftKings Week 12 slate, priced at a mid-$5,300. While the health of the starter, Josh Jacobs, is the primary source of risk, the clear-cut opportunity presents an upside that is too great to ignore, making Wilson our boom or bust player of the week. The single most important factor driving Wilson's fantasy value is the likely absence of Josh Jacobs, who is dealing with a knee contusion sustained in the Week 11 victory. While coach Matt LaFleur has not definitively ruled Jacobs out, he is reportedly dealing with significant swelling. In Jacobs' absence last week, Wilson was immediately thrust into the lead role, outsnapping the next running back, Chris Brooks, by a huge margin, 39-5, and handling every single rush attempt for the rest of the game. That kind of monopoly on backfield touches is exceedingly rare in the modern NFL and is the clearest indicator of an enormous workload in Week 12. The Vikings' defense is not particularly stout against the run, ranking 22nd in opponent rushing yards allowed per game, which is a key weakness the Packers will look to exploit. Wilson's usage last week, which included an 11-yard churning touchdown run, demonstrates his ability to convert his touches into valuable fantasy production. At $5,300, Wilson is priced as a situational backup, but he is set to inherit a true workhorse role. A running back projected for 20 touches, all of which include goal line opportunities, is routinely priced over $6,500. If Jacobs is indeed inactive, Wilson is locked into a high-volume performance against an exploitable defense, giving him the potential to be a high-scoring running back on the week, allowing you to easily afford elite studs in other positions. This is the definition of a boom or bust play. A potential zero if Jacobs surprises everyone and plays, but a league-winning ceiling if the projected volume comes to fruition. We are getting locked and loaded with Emmanuel Wilson. That wraps up another breakdown here on Locked and Loaded Sports. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest sports analysis and betting insights. More picks, more locks, and more action is coming your way. That's all for now. Stay sharp, stay ready, and get locked and loaded